December 17, 2018 at 7 p.m. in the City Council Chambers at 301 South 5th Street. Tonight we'll have our invocation by Reverend Greg Kirk from the United Gospel Rescue Mission. Please rise.
Before we pray, I would like to publicly thank the City Council for the key to the city that I know I still ain't figured out what it goes to, but I got one. Thank you all. Let's pray. Father, I thank you for this wonderful council that we have that cares about our city. Lord, I ask tonight as we make decisions that will affect our community, Lord, may you watch over us, give them wisdom as they debate, Father, and as they look for making Poplar Bluff a better city. Lord, I ask that you will bless us during this blessed time of the Christ child. Lord, may we remember the reason for this very season, Father, is the Christ child. Lord, I ask these things in Jesus' most holy name. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you all.
And if you'd join me with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. We were continuing our recognition of the United Gospel Rescue Mission's presence in our city for 50 years, and we commend you for that. So that's why we did the city, recognize you with the key to the city. It really doesn't go to anything. It's for your service.
I'm just going to keep looking all over town.
That's why it's sealed in a box. But you just keep trying, okay? Okay, we'll have roll call, please.
Councilman DeGaris.
Here.
Councilwoman Horton.
Here.
Councilman Cornman.
Here.
Councilman Smith.
Here.
Councilman Black.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Davis.
Here.
Mayor McVey.
Here.
We have 7 present and do have a quorum.
Thank you very much. Also, we've added the new section that called Mayor Remarks, and tonight we would like to recognize a new police officer that we have. You want to come forward? I'd like to introduce to you all Miss Molly Johns and welcome you to the force and to the city employment.
Thank you.
And we look forward to many years with you being with us.
I appreciate it.
All right? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Congratulations on your new position.
Welcome.
And with that, I also like to recognize our Poplar Bluff Police Department. We received a letter from the Chief of Police in Kirkwood to commend Chief Whiteley and his team for the assistance and professionalism in assisting with a homicide investigation. It happened to be the night of our parade, and they were able to pull together enough officers to help them and apprehend the suspect and gather some information. So we appreciate them, and we appreciate the letter from the Chief of City of Kirkwood as well. Just like to recognize them. At this time, we'll have our disclosure of interest. Any member of the City Council may disclose any possible conflict of interest dealing with either any item on the printed agenda or any matter discussed at a previous meeting. Seeing none, we'll have citizens' input. Each person in the audience may take the opportunity to address the City Council on any matter which is not on the printed agenda. Seeing none, move on to item 7, our consent agenda. The items on the consent agenda are approved by one single action of the City Council. If any council member would like to have an item removed from the consent agenda and consider it separately, he or she may request to do so. If not, I would entertain a motion and second to accept the consent agenda as presented by the city clerk.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Item 8, workshop items for discussion. The City Council will review the request from the Planning Department to amend Code of Ordinances for the City of Poplar Bluff, Chapter 500, entitled Building Code and Building Regulations, Section 500.030, Subcategory B, specifically entitled Permit Fee, amending how building permit fees are calculated. Mr. Matt Winters, our city planner.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I guess you all got my memo and my explanation of the building permit fee adjustments I want to make. What I'd written is kind of lengthy, and without sitting down and looking at it with me, you probably might have been a little bit confused. It's basically, though, right now, a building permit for new construction is $3 per $1,000 of value. And we're going to increase that to $3.70 per thousand. And then on a remodel permit is going from $3 to $4 per thousand. The biggest adjustment is how those values are calculated. Right now, we rely on the person buying the permit to come in and tell us how much their building is worth. And those can vary all across the board. I recently did an analysis of some of our recent permits, and the cost per square foot was a significant range. And so part of the change would be to start utilizing the International Building Code's building valuation table. The city has adopted the International Building Code standards for construction, and this is actually part of this formula, and the way of calculating the permit is part of that code that's used nationwide. There is a factor that is included in here to adjust it down by a percentage to account for our local building costs. So we're not using fees that cost per square foot that's coming out of New York City or something like that. So there is a factor in there to adjust it down for local cost per square footage. There will be, this would be a slight increase on what we're going to be collecting on building permit fees for commercial and for residential construction. This section of the code has not been changed in 30 years at least. Pam has looked back through for me and then done some research for me, and we had a hard time finding when it was last changed. So it's been a significant period of time since it was changed last.
Are there any questions for Mr. Winters? I thank you very much for researching that. We've had so much destruction because of the hailstorm and the windstorms this year. I've had a lot of comments from contractors that are out of town as well as in town saying how low our fees, our permits are. And they just remark as a town of our size that our permits are extremely low. So I appreciate you researching that.
Yes. And this does cover just strictly the building permits. We do have permits that are separate for electricians and plumbers, and we do have a separate roofing permit, and I'm working on those as a group, and we'll hopefully be bringing some more stuff back to you after the first year in regards to the rest of our permitting fees. So,
thank you for your good work. If there's no questions, I would entertain a motion and second to move item A to the voting session to be held on January 7th, 2019.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item B, the City Council will review a proposed ordinance adopting an annual budget appropriating the city's local share payment from the half-cent sales tax for funding a portion of the construction of Highway 67 project in accordance with the ordinance number 6837 and the cooperative agreement between the Missouri Highways and Transportation Commission, the City of Poplar Bluff, and the Highway 67 Corporation.
Yes, we are required each year to pass this ordinance for the payoff of the 67 project. I'm happy to say that that tax was supposed to go all the way up to the year 2035. It looks like it's going to be paid off in March of 2020. So you'll be passing one more ordinance next December, and a few months after that it will be paid for.
That's amazing.
Yes, it is. It's
15 years earlier. Wow.
Some of that is the federal government ended up putting a lot more money in it than we expected, and the sales tax grew a little bit more than we had figured. So, but yes, that's very good news.
Every time you drive to the city, we're just so grateful and thankful that we had people that went together and had a vision to do that, and then the citizens of Poplar Bluff that went together and voted for it. I mean, we are truly blessed to have had 57 miles of highway, not in our city limits, that we are supporting to help pay for, because those small little communities would have never been able to, and it makes it so much safer for everyone. So, okay, thank you very much. Well, with that, I would entertain a motion and second to move item B to the voting session to be held tonight.
So moved. Second.
Motion and second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. takes us to item 9, our action required items. AA, Bill Number 8112. The City Council will take action on ordinance authorizing the destruction of antiquated records from the City Collector's Office, the Fire Department, and the Park Department.
Motion for first reading of Bill 8112.
Second.
Motion and second for first reading of Bill Number 8112. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Mr. Richardson?
An ordinance authorizing the destruction of antiquated records by the Poplar Bluff Collector's Office, the Fire Department, and the Park Department.
Motion for second reading. Or a second, either way.
We have a motion and second for second reading of Bill Number 8112. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Mr. Richardson?
An ordinance authorizing the destruction of antiquated records by the Poplar Bluff Collector's Office, the Fire Department, and the Park Department.
Motion for adoption of Bill 8112.
Second.
Motion second for adoption of Bill Number 8112. Is there any discussion? Roll call. Lori?
Councilman Smith?
Yes.
Councilman Black?
Yes.
Councilman DeGaris?
Yes.
Councilwoman Horton?
Yes.
Councilman Cornman?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Davis?
Yes.
Mayor McVey?
Yes.
We have 7 yes votes.
Bill Number 8112 has been adopted. Bill Number 8114, the City Council will take action on an ordinance adopting an annual budget appropriating the city's local share of payments from the half-cent sales tax for funding of a portion of the construction of the Highway 67 project in accordance with the ordinance number 6837 and the cooperative agreement between the Missouri Highways and Transportation Commission, the City of Poplar Bluff, and the Highway 67 Corporation.
Motion for first reading.
Second.
Motion is second for first reading. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Mr. Richardson?
An ordinance adopting an annual budget appropriating the city's local share of payments from the half-cent sales tax for funding a portion of the construction of Highway 67 project in accordance with ordinance number 6837 and the cooperative agreement between the Missouri Highways and Transportation Commission, the City of Poplar Bluff, and the Highway 67 Corporation.
Motion for second reading of bill number 8113.
Second.
I have 8114. Is it 81? Just want to make sure I get it correct.
She's got 8113 on the, okay, I guess 8113.
Sorry about that. Mine's got 8114. Okay, we have a motion and second for the second reading. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Mr. Richardson?
An ordinance adopting an annual budget appropriating the city's local share of payments from the half-cent sales tax for funding a portion of the construction of the Highway 67 project in accordance with ordinance number 6837 and the cooperative agreement between the Missouri Highways and Transportation Commission, the City of Poplar Bluff, and the Highway 67 Corporation.
Motion for adoption. Second.
We have a motion and second for adoption of Bill Number 8113. Any discussion? Roll call. Lori?
Councilman Black?
Yes.
Councilman DeGaris?
Yes.
Councilwoman Horton?
Yes.
Councilman Cornman?
Yes.
Councilman Smith?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Davis?
Yes.
Mayor McVey?
Yes.
We have 7 yes votes.
Bill Number 8113 has been adopted. Item CC, Bill Number 8114. The City Council will take action on ordinance approving the budget for the City of Poplar Bluff and municipal utilities for the fiscal year beginning January 1, 2019 and ending December 31st, 2019.
Motion for first reading of Bill number 8114.
Second.
Motion is second for the first reading of Bill Number 8114. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Mr. Richardson?
An ordinance of the City of Poplar Bluff, Missouri, approving the budget for the City of Poplar Bluff and its municipal utilities for the fiscal year beginning January 1, 2019, and ending December 31st, 2019.
Motion for second reading of bill number 8114.
Second.
Motion is second for the second reading of Bill Number 8114. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Mr. Richardson?
An ordinance of the City of Poplar Bluff, Missouri, approving the budget for the City of Poplar Bluff and the municipal utilities for the fiscal year beginning January 1, 2019, and ending December 31st, 2019.
Motion for adoption of Bill 8114.
Second.
We have a motion and second for adoption of Bill number 8114. Is there any discussion?
I just wanted to say something. When we got our sales tax in December, it dropped significantly. I really think a lot of that is somebody not getting theirs reported, so I'm not going to panic at this point and get us through the next month or two. We can always come back and amend the budget, but I guess I'll say I'm not as comfortable with this budget as I was 2 weeks ago because of the sales tax, but that could change. I was looking at our financials through October before we met at the last meeting, and revenues and expenditures, both in general fund, were right at 83-point-something%, which is right on target. So it's just kind of scary what 1 month can do to you, especially with sales tax. But like I said, if we'll definitely monitor it, and if it declines or doesn't go back up, then I may be coming back to you. So.
And a budget is exactly that. It is a guide for us to go by, and we can't amend it. I was disappointed that we couldn't have a budget and not dip into reserves this year. I was so in hopes with the Coliseum being paid off that we would not have to do that, but it didn't happen, so.
We keep getting closer each year. But
We do. We do. I just be proud when we have a year that we don't have to dip into the reserves. Is there any other discussion?
I think we can watch that over the year and probably, because we didn't dip much into it this year, but just a little bit. We can probably check some things and probably take care of that in a year's time.
And this council has done great as far as like staying on top of it. Mark's done a great job leading our city and really monitoring it and trying to watch, because it is a moving number. It doesn't stay steady, but you are staying right on top of it. And we appreciate the department heads trimming where they can, and we are steadily coming out of the hole, and things are getting better. So we appreciate that very much. A lot of hard work goes into it, and I just want you all to recognize that we do recognize that.
And on the health insurance fund, we've done considerably better this year. Our deficit's dropped quite a bit, but I will probably be coming to you with possibly some changes first part of the year on health insurance.
So with this continued progress, it hopefully will be like our Highway 67 project. That was a good note. With that discussion, any other discussion, comments? Roll call, Ms. Lori?
Councilman DeGaris?
Yes.
Councilwoman Horton?
Yes.
Councilman Cornman?
Yes.
Councilman Smith?
Yes.
Councilman Black?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Davis?
Yes.
Mayor McVey?
Yes.
We have 7 yes votes.
Bill number 8114 has been adopted. Item DD, the City Council of the City of Poplar Bluff will meet in a closed meeting in which they will discuss such matters which are exempted under the open meetings law under sections 610.021.1, .2, .3, .9, .11, .12, .13, and .14 RSMO. Entertain a motion to go in closed session.
So move. Following manager's report, if he has anything further.
Second.
Motion and second to go into closed session after the city manager's report. Roll call, Ms. Lori.
Councilman DeGaris?
Yes.
Councilwoman Horton?
Yes.
Councilman Cornman?
Yes.
Councilman Smith?
Yes.
Councilman Black?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Davis?
Yes.
Mayor McVey?
Yes.
We have 7 yes votes.
Thank you. We will go in closed session after the city manager's report. Mr. Massingham?
I really don't have anything. Just wish everybody a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, and hope each year keeps getting better. So.
Anything else come before the regular meeting of the city council?
Motion adjourned.
Second.
All in favor? Meeting adjourned. Thank you all. Anybody need a break before we go to the next one? We'll have to move everybody out.